The importance of cultural intelligence in the U.S. Army. In today's globalized world, cultural intelligence, CQ, has become increasingly important in various fields, including the military. It is defined as the ability to understand and navigate different cultural contexts and adapt to them effectively. The United States Army has recognized the significance of cultural intelligence and has adopted it as a critical component for effective mission accomplishment. The U.S. Army understands that when operating in different regions of the world, it is essential to have an understanding of the local customs, values, beliefs, and behaviors to build positive relations with the locals. The outcomes of effective cultural intelligence practices are the development of trust and mutual respect with the local people, which ultimately leads to successful missions. The Army has embedded cultural intelligence in its training programs, and soldiers are trained to acquire knowledge of cultural differences and the ability to recognize and interpret cultural cues. Soldiers are trained to develop their emotional intelligence, which allows them to recognize and manage their emotions and respond appropriately to the emotions of others. The Army's focus on cultural intelligence has led to the development of specialized units such as the Human Terrain System and the Cultural Support Team. These units have become critical components of the Army's success in dealing with the cultural complexities of conflict. The effectiveness of the U.S. Army in cultural contexts. The U.S. Army's effectiveness in cultural contexts has improved significantly with the adoption of cultural intelligence. The Army has realized that cultural intelligence is necessary for successful mission accomplishment in many areas. Whether they are operating in the Middle East, Africa, or Asia, cultural intelligence is a vital component of the Army's operations. In Afghanistan, for example, cultural intelligence was paramount in the fight against the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. American soldiers were required to develop an understanding of Afghan society, including how the society is structured and the norms that govern social interactions. Cultural intelligence allowed American soldiers to navigate Afghanistan's complex social and political environment, building trust and credibility among the Afghan people. Similarly, in Iraq, cultural intelligence has played a significant role in the success of the U.S. Army. Soldiers had to understand the complex tribal structures of the country and the religious and historical divisions between the Shia and Sunni Muslims. The ability to navigate such complexities enabled American soldiers to work alongside Iraqi forces effectively, helping to defeat ISIS and other extremist groups in the region. The future of the U.S. Army's cultural intelligence. The U.S. Army's continued success in cultural contexts will depend on the development and application of cultural intelligence. The application of cultural intelligence will become more critical as we continue to operate in different regions of the world and encounter diverse cultures. The Army's focus on facilitating cross-cultural understanding and language acquisition for soldiers has been successful in ensuring that soldiers have the cultural knowledge and skills to be successful in their missions. However, it is essential to recognize that cultural intelligence is an ongoing process. Soldier training programs must continuously evolve to reflect the changing cultural landscape of the world. Furthermore, the U.S. Army should continue to invest in the development of specialized units and organizations that promote cultural intelligence. The Human Terrain System and the Cultural Support Team have been highly successful in enhancing the Army's effectiveness in cultural contexts. The Army should expand these specialized units and incorporate cultural intelligence into other units. In conclusion, the adoption of cultural intelligence has become an essential component of the U.S. Army's operations. Understanding the cultural nuances of the regions where soldiers operate is critical to successful mission accomplishment. The Army's continued success in cultural contexts is closely tied to the development of cultural intelligence training programs, specialized units, and the ongoing application of cultural intelligence practices. The U.S. Army's commitment to cultural intelligence must remain a priority to achieve success in future missions.